you foresee possibility where international business people are looking to migrate their companies from offshore tax havens to a jurisdiction like New Zealand?
No. No, because as I said, the corporate income tax rate in New Zealand is fairly high. So if you were looking to migrate your business from, let's say, Cayman Islands, Marshall Islands, BVI, usually you register them in your company in these countries in order to enjoy the low or absence of corporate income tax on your income. You probably still have this preference. You will usually look for jurisdictions with no substance requirement, which is basically compliant with AML/CFT standards, but that still provide a low corporate income tax rate. And for such business needs, I mean Singapore, Hong Kong, Labuan in Malaysia, some US states, for example Delaware, provide a better solution than New Zealand. New Zealand tax rate is fairly high, so usually you won't go to New Zealand if one of your objectives is to minimize corporate income tax.
And finally, how can Healy Consultants help not just with business setup, but with the annual maintenance of a New Zealand company? How can our team assist international clients with that in terms of accounting, any sort of legal and compliance work, things like that?
Well, so basically we can assist with virtually all the services that a client may need. We can provide the registered address, we can provide accounting services, we can also provide for the clients who are in need of the bookkeeping services, basically taking care of labeling the transactions that the clients are entering into. We can provide directorship services, I think I mentioned that earlier. And also something we can do for clients who are in need of it. New Zealand is also a good hub for financial services, not for tax reasons, once again, but mainly because regulations for the provision of financial services are at the same time are relatively adequate, flexible, yet sufficiently protective for the customers to give a good reputation to the country. So many international companies providing financial services, for example, FX brokerage, will look at New Zealand in order to register their entity, and we can provide them with assistance to register with the New Zealand financial service providers registrar. We can also assist them to obtain a license if they need to, and provide additional services that such businesses may need.
Okay. All right. Any other things that people should be aware of when considering setting up a company in New Zealand? As a final shot here.
Yeah, no, beware of the scams. There's a lot of misleading or blatantly incorrect information on the web on New Zealand, and for that I'm proud to say that our website is probably one of the most accurate in terms of information. Beware of when you read that New Zealand is providing, for example, banks with no license. There's a scam, a well-known scam on the internet that's actually even a topic that the New Zealand Central Bank has been taking a look at, where you have like scammers who are promoting basically offshore banks in New Zealand. That just doesn't exist. It's a misunderstanding of local regulations. So yeah, New Zealand, excellent country, but beware of what you read on the web.
Thank you for your time, Simon.
You're welcome, Mark.